Rick, turn the black light on.
Gregg just hit the light switch and he's like, put the black light on. I think you heard that part, but that'd be crazy, Craig. You turn it on and like there were stars all over the fucking walls.
There's like maps and stuff, like crazy, like floor plans and like weird like little like clues and stuff. Bloody handprints.
Semen handprints.
It would be semen handprints.
Semen handprints.
It's also
a good start to any crime begins with a semen handprint.
Name of my new album I'm working on.
Semen handprints.
Semen handprints.
No, it's 3 words. Semen handprints.
No, it's semen handprints.
Semen.
No, you're not listening. You're not hearing semen handprints.
No, I think it's C, comma, man handprints. See? Man handprints.
See man ham prints.
Yeah, it'd be the man, right?
No,
See
but
man. These are man handprints. These aren't women handprints.
You think I'm saying prince with a T?
No,
but I'm saying prince.
No, CE.
Like as in Prince Charles.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that if we're gonna have a black light on, it'll be C-man, comma, like C-man, ham, prince, like a ham royalty guy.
Okay.
Made of a pig.
Okay.
I thought the man was a descriptor to the handprints.
Ma'am.
Is it ma'am handprints? Is it C ma'am handprints?
Miss Ham Prince. What the fuck are we saying?
It's important.
Semantics, guys. We need to know who the handprints are. Who the handprints is.
So yeah, we haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we should just let that be the beginning of the show. Let's just new format right now. You know, we got a good
free form, freestyle.
We got a good thing going now. This is interesting. I think people would enjoy this. Let's just roll right into it.
I don't think so. We have to have structure, man.
Yeah, because we've been doing great up until now. I guess we shouldn't change it at all. Good idea.
That's commitment issues.
No. I think actually the structure was ruining this show. I think what's going to make it better is this fun, relaxed banter. That's what it started out as, and it became this fucking hypocrisy. This goddamn structured governmental bullshit. John had me in a fucking... This is a dictatorship. This isn't fun for us. I'm in a cage right now, everyone.
Hey, if I had it the way we want it, it'd been a different ballgame.
I'm in a goddamn cage. I'm hungry.
Now dance, damn it!
The only thing John feeds me is sangria and crackers.
It keeps him entertained.
Says, now get on my podcast and be funny.
That's why Gregg has Pillow Gregg, his only friend.
Pillow Gregg is gone.
He's not coming this time. He's on vacation.
He's gone.
He's no longer welcome here.
I killed him.
You killed Pillow Gregg? That got dark.
I wrapped the room in plastic and I just took care of him.
Did he struggle? Did he kick a little bit?
No, he actually
has no
accepted
legs.
it. He looked at me and he said...
He's happy.
He said, do what you gotta do. And
he just,
wow, that's
just
a good
get
friend.
your hand out of my ass.
Yeah.
Then he walked away. Floated away. Actually just laid there. He's a pillow.
He rolled out
It's
of the
all right.
room.
It would have never lasted between you and Pillow Gregg.
You don't know that.
I know that.
There was a spark there, and it was just about to ignite, and then I just realized I had to end it. That's what I always do. I always get in these relationships, and I freak out once it seems real, and I kill the other person or pillow.
Just one day it just gets too real, and you just got to strangle him to death.
It happens every single time.
Just watch the life leave their eyes.
Every single time that happens.
That's fair.
All right. We can use all that if you want.
Yeah, I think we should just use this. I think you should just say now, just be like, hey, this is the podcast. We've been podcasting this whole time, and we're not gonna do this fake thing where we stop it. We're gonna let this roll, man. We're gonna just let it happen and be natural.
Yo,
we're not gonna.
Welcome to the AwayCast, guys. Welcome. My name's John.
Bro, it's a free podcast, man, and everything's got to be free within it, too.
But my free name, they call me the Caterpillar.
It's a free podcast. We all got to be free on it, you know?
Right now,
have a structure, man.
We're just talking into a tape recorder.
There shouldn't be a structure, man.
Powered by a potato because we don't use natural resources.
We got to do whatever we want on here, so it should be like, free for them, bro.
Dude, how much did you finish that bottle of wine already?
No, man, I'm just fucking...
Oh, God.
Just feeling the vibes right now.
What the fuck?
We should just lie and tell everyone we're on episode 33. Just so it seems like there were 3 episodes in
No,
there.
you know what we should do? We should wrap this up, whatever we're doing now, and then start episode 32. Like that was episode 31. All right, well, so let's start episode 32. No, because that fucks up. If we ever even care to archive any of this stuff.
Let's just leave everything. I think people would be really interested in everything we just said.
Just title this episode 31 through 33.
Okay, that'll work.
All right,
right,
John.
where
All
do
right,
we
John. No, John. No.
Where do we put the music, Craig?
We don't even put. We put it at the end. We put it at the goddamn end this time. This is not a radio show.
I don't like it.
Whoa, are we
People
really
listen to
like
us-
we're totally reformatting this?
You know
I
what
don't
I'm
like
saying? We're funny, and people like to listen to us talk, and then we start structuring this shit. If you listen to the first couple episodes, Ricky. What do you think of the first couple episodes compared to the recent episodes? Yeah,
I think the first ones were terrible.
first ones are good, man.
I feel like
They were funny. They were natural. Now we're all trying to be. We're trying to be
Bro, we have
Larry King Live.
We haven't
This is fucking turning
We
into
haven't
I don't think we'll ever
podcast-
be Larry
This
King
is turning
Live.
Larry King Live over here.
we haven't podcasted in a month. I feel like hello.
Is Larry King Live still on the air?
Yeah, he's on
I
television.
think so.
Oh, Larry King's dead, isn't he?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. He's dead, but he still does.
But the
his
show
TV.
lives on
He
in his
still does
memory.
his TV
Larry
show.
King's not dead.
Yeah. He's
Larry
dead.
King's dead. He's got to be dead.
No, he's animatronically alive on TV.
They just bring his corpse in and just animate it.
No, animatronically. They put a robotic motor in him, and he
Yeah,
just
in
goes,
him, and then they control him, like the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park.
They brought
What are
Jim
you
Henson
doing?
back from the dead first, and
They
they were like, "Listen,
animatronically brought him back.
how can we get Larry King?"
Machines building machines.
Da-dum, dum, da-dum.
The beginning of the end.
Da-dum, dum, da-dum.
Did you guys hear about this goddamn Boston Dynamics that got bought out by Google?
Yeah.
We're all fucking dead. There's
Nah.
no way we...
Nah, Google's all right. I was talking to Gregg earlier, and they have a segment of Google that's working on human immortality.
God damn it.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. I think they should do that. Here's the whole thing is that we're not going to reap the benefits. We're too poor. But a couple people are. And maybe once they streamline it, our kids will get to, put their
Fuck our kids.
head into
Fuck
a
them.
SanDisk robot version 1 and
I want nothing better for them that I didn't have. Stop it. Knock it off. Stop playing with
All
fire.
I know is in a couple of years, video games are going to be really good. The new Oculus was shown at CES. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No.
I saw pictures that you sent me and it looked interesting.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah. Well. What else?
Do we need to, so are we going to do an intro to this at all, or are we literally just free form?
No, we're gonna do an intro. We're gonna do it how it was.
We're gonna
Okay.
we're gonna do the governmentally regulated watered down version of the AwayCast without any kind of radical.
You know what? I'll just do it. AwayCast episode 31. Start now.
Boop. Glorious Russia, Mother Russia.
This is good.
That's no one's anthem.
We should-
No,
Anthem doesn't belong to anyone.
that's the new AwayCast theme. Come on, Greg, you're my backup vocal.
Sounds all mildly racist.
Russian, I can't help. Doesn't sound Russian anymore, bro. You sound like a foreign guy trying to sing. Like you're at karaoke. I live karaoke.
There we go. Yeah, John, start it.
I got some
Start
pop
it,
brownies I need to get in
John.
on.
Come
So-
on, start
All right,
it.
let's make a deal. All right, this can start the podcast, but we'll start the intro 10 minutes in now. Like we'll
Fine.
We'll do the music now.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Right. Podcast regulations. Rule book 105.
Podcast rule 105. Integrating podcast rule 105 into current podcast. Beep boop boop. Hey everyone, you're listening to the AwayCast episode number 32. Guys! Gregg!
Generic clap sound. Happiness.
Taking generic clap from Big Bang Theory. Yay! Episode number 32.
Yeah, we made it.
Whoa, you're throwing it back now. We're here with myself. I'm John Azalona in 2014. It's me. I'm here. We made it.
Yeah.
Gregg's here with us too. Gregg Andrew, Teleraka.
Hi everyone. I'm here, and we're doing the old format for some reason. Again.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's
really glad to be doing the same thing we've always been doing and never changing ever.
Well, I would like to do things, but things get held up. That's all. That's all. We're also here by Chicago-born, not Chicago-born. You're born from Minnesota, aren't you? Minnesota. Josh Hinkey's here.
What up, yo? It is fucking cold.
The Hinkey.
Is this a crowd? This does not sound like a crowd. No one's gonna believe this.
I don't know if you know, we got a soundboard now. Ready? We'll do the crowd again. Crowd. Boop. Race car.
You guys should really look into getting this soundboard refunded. It does not sound good. You guys have been had.
It's a pretty good race car, Gregg. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Helicopter, get in it now.
Quote, random history quote from past 200 years. Boop.
When this boat is moving, the redcoats will fear us. Grab your knickers and move out. Light the rifles.
Funny morning show, dumb shit.
Hello. This is the morning show with.
So what do you think, Josh? Good investment?
No, this is terrible. You guys should take it back immediately.
Okay, we'll take it back to where do you get a soundboard?
Soundboardincorporated.com.
God, man, in 2014, I think it's when you're really going to show your creative muscles.
I think so. I feel like I'm going to flex them. I already came up with an elaborate story about cancer, and now the soundboard.
Well, what Josh was trying to do was come up with an excuse for why we've been on hiatus for like a month and a half, and he was just like, "Yeah, we should make up a creative story like you got cancer."
That's what I had.
Yeah, so I mean, it seems like you're really starting. Your artistic abilities are shining.
It's way too cold in this city to be creative.
Yeah, Chicago's got it like the worst, don't they? Like
aside from Minnesota, so like I escaped the worst to go to the second worst.
What's the temperature there?
Well, on Monday, it was negative 11 without the wind, and then adding in the wind chill is negative 30.
Negative 30 degrees. I was filling up my gas tank the other day. Josh, let me finish, all right? It's warmer here, okay?
Okay, go for it.
I was filling up my gas tank the other day, and it was like 9 degrees, and my eyeballs were hurting from being in the cold. I can't even imagine what negative 30 feels like.
We're sitting around the TV having a Fast and the Furious marathon like you do, and everyone is getting these text messages and emails about how their work is closed. My office was one of the few that said, "Fuck it, get in here, bundle up, bitches." And it was the most miserable commute that I've ever had anywhere.
No. Yeah, commuting is not fun. Gregg, how's your commute?
It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I mean, I'm bundled up also. I'm wearing lots of layers. I got a scarf over my face. I look like a ninja or something. I look like a robber, maybe. And
a bandit.
I got a lot of walking I have to do, and I don't like that. I got a lot of waiting for trains. It's just too cold. I
look like Watch Dogs. That's what I look like the dude from Watch Dogs.
I look like I look like Ricky. What do I look like?
All right, so you look like that.
Rick, what do I look like? A robber?
You look like
a robber from The Sims.
Yeah, all those Sims robbers.
I like that, Rick. I like how you tied it into the game.
Yeah, he's like, let's make it about games.
That was
like
good.
From The Sims.
That was fucking good.
Oh man, you want to get on this podcast, dude? Your gaming repertoire. Yeah, it's fucking cold, man. I can't. What's it called? What do they call it? The winter vortex?
Hercules.
Polar vortex?
The polar vortex.
Polar vortex.
That soundboard won't shut the fuck up. I can't unplug it. The polar vortex.
Polar vortex. My toes have been cold since Monday and have never warmed up. They're never going to be warm again.
We had some snow here, and they called this snowstorm Hercules. I'm sure the Northeast felt Hercules, but Greg and I were saying that that's really not a great name to give a storm because it gives it high expectations.
I mean, look.
Did it live up to those expectations or did it underwhelm?
No. No, John. Shh.
Greg on pills.
They were already saying, they already said 6 to 8 inches. That's what they were predicting. And then they named it, they weren't even like predicting like 2 feet of snow. And they had the audacity, the nerve. They had the fucking nerve to name it Hercules. Hercules. We got like 4.5 inches of snow and it melted the next day.
What would you have named it?
Derek.
Hurricane Derek.
Hurricane Derek.
Well, see,
Alan.
The problem is that they obviously sensationalize the weather now. For some reason, they name every fucking storm. I don't know if that boosts the economy with all the bread and milk and egg sales everybody runs to the stores to get. You know, like, why do they... It's all sensational. Like, we went to weather.com to check the other day. The folks at work, we went to check what the storm was. And everything on the front page of weather.com was like watching the evening news. Like, people just dying from weather-based deaths. And I don't know what they're trying to achieve. They're becoming the tabloids.
You guys get nervous on the East Coast very quickly. That's what I've come to realize.
We don't get nervous.
Greg just got upset that you said that.
We don't get nervous. We're tough. We don't get nervous. I wasn't nervous. If anything, like our moms were probably nervous, but like we're not. John, were you nervous?
I was. I got off work on Friday. So.
I didn't. I just stayed home anyway. So I'm staying home. I stayed home to play Battlefield, which is so much fun.
Yeah. Fuck.
Fucking doesn't work at all.
I don't know.
Is it still broken?
2
How
months
broken
later,
is it?
so broken.
It's still very broken.
So broken. Like saying you're gonna play it is like a gamble. Like you might play.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it.
And Greg and I got premium because it like worked really well one night. Or Greg thought that if we got premium, it might work better. So we ended up getting premium, and like we've barely played the new maps because when you go to play them,
I played the new maps once, and they are so much better than the other maps. But I can never get into the rooms.
You go to join like a CTF match, and it'll put you in team deathmatch or conquest. Like it's fucking broken.
Ugh, it's terrible.
It's bad. Yeah. So how was everybody's holiday, Josh? Briefly, how was Xmas and New Year's and stuff?
It was nice. I went home before Christmas. And then spent regular Christmas here in Chicago working, and all the roommates went home, so I like had the apartment to myself. It was very nice.
Yeah, I remember.
Very
I
relaxing.
talked to you during that week, and you were like, "If I make it out alive, please." You look so busy. You were doing writing for NGN, or
I was doing writing. I had like that kind of lead up to Christmas was pretty crazy, but once I actually like got to literal like December 25th. Things chilled out a little bit. And so like, and because Groupon gets fucking just massacred by people calling in right around the holidays. It's crazy. So, but now that it's evened out, life is a lot better. So it was good. Good holiday.
Good. What about you, Greg? How's the holidays?
It was fine. You know, I went to my I went to see my fam. Well, first of all, I worked Christmas Eve.
You're like a little Jewish woman who just can't wait to be talked to.
No, I wasn't even paying attention. I was writing this.
Greg's been on his phone.
No, shut up.
Greg's been on his phone the whole time.
Shut up.
You're an old Jewish woman. You're an old Jewish woman.
Shut up. I'm currently on my phone right now because I hung out with this girl a couple weeks ago, and it was fine. Everything was good, but I'm realizing that I just don't have time for it right now, and I'm not into it enough to like make time for it. So I'm trying to write this thing that tells her I don't want to see her again. And
you're breaking up with a girl on the AwayCast?
I'm not breaking up because we only went on one date, but we're supposed to go on another date, and I just don't want. I don't want to. I'm not really into her that much. You know, she's fine. She's a really nice girl. I just have so much shit going on. I just can't. It's not working. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing that, and I have to do it before tomorrow because we're supposed to go out tomorrow night. So I'm working on that right now. As for the holiday,
what does it say? What does it say?
It says, "Hey, blank." So I really liked hanging out with you, but I have to be honest. I have a lot of shit going on, and hold on, just
Gregg has that saved on Notepad on his phone, so when he needs to talk to another girl, he just copies and pastes that into the text
shut
message.
Up. Let me finish. Let me see if you guys think this is good. I have a lot of shit going on, and I don't think it's a good time for me to be dating anyone. I just don't want to be. I just don't want to lead you on. And yada 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 after that.
No. That's weak. You should come up with something creative, like you have cancer or something.
No. See, but I've been kind of like, I mean, I haven't really been able to hang out, but I've also been like blowing her off for a lot, but not because I couldn't hang out, because I actually had shit going on. But I'm realizing I just have too much. I just don't like. I'm just not into it enough to like sacrifice other things right now. You know?
Does she listen to this podcast?
I hope. You know,
what you should do is you should just send her the podcast that has the breakup in it.
Yeah, that'd be better. That would be really good.
I'm not doing that, but I mean, it's already enough that I said this on the podcast.
That'd be so funny, yo. You send her a YouTube link. Like, hey,
can you go to like 10 minutes and 30 seconds?
Skip to 10:37 and just listen for a minute. Yeah. Thanks. Let me know when you're done.
It'll be hilarious if she lies to you. If she you're like, hey, come on, check out our podcast. Just click to 10:37, and she's like, oh yeah, totally loved it. It was awesome. And you're like, oh no.
Just keep listening. I'm sorry, I meant 10:47. All right. So yeah, and then I went. What were we talking about? Christmas.
Yeah.
I worked on Christmas Eve. Then I went and saw my family in. They live in Long Island. And I ate some food, and I got some presents, and I came home. You know, it's what it is when you get older. It's not a big fucking deal anymore.
Yeah,
you know?
It's good seeing family.
Yeah, that's fun, but you can do that whenever you want. Christmas used to be fun, magical. It just fucking sucks now.
Was it weird? Was it weird celebrating Christmas in a new house?
Oh yeah, I got a new house. Well, I didn't get it. My parents got a new house. It's a nice house. It's a little smaller than our old house, but it's fine.
You're sure it'll do?
It'll do. Cool.
I feel like it's a little weird. My mom and stepfather moved into a new apartment. It was a little weird doing that instead of the childhood memories.
Right. Yeah, you let those go though. You know, make new memories. It's 2014, brand new year. I hate that shit on Facebook, or any social fucking media avenue where people are like, 2013 was such a shitty year, but 2014, I'm gonna kick your ass. Ha ha! Everyone's like.
Yeah, that sounds gross.
I did that.
Yeah.
I said 2013, eat my dust. 2014, I'm taking you down. XOXO.
XOXO. Tag all of your friends in it, just cause. Well, since you guys both asked, my holiday was pretty good.
John, how was your Christmas?
Well, first I went to St. Louis for a few days to see Kate's family, and that was nice. I got to see Kate's nephew, Jack. We did a couple of things in St. Louis. We did karaoke.
How was the bars?
Well, first of all, St. Louis, it's a different universe. I think anywhere in the Midwest is way different than anywhere on the East Coast. A lot of wood paneling.
Yeah, John sent me pictures of the bar he was at, and I lived in Ohio for a little tiny bit, 6 months. And one thing I remember is when you go to the crappy bars there, all the walls have really cheap wood paneling on them, really cheap flimsy wood paneling on them. And the second I saw the inside of the bar, John took it took me back.
Yeah, everything is different. It's a lot of that architecture is way behind the times because people haven't I don't know. There's
someone was like, I have an idea. I'll build a bar, and he just built it. We went to Home Depot, and
no permits.
He went to Home Depot, and he just built it. It's the ceilings are kind of low. They're 6-foot ceilings. There's wood panel.
It's stucco on. It's just ceiling. Yeah. No, it was a good time. I went shooting some guns. That was fun.
You went to a gun range, a firing range?
We went to an indoor firing range. Yes, since it's not.
What was your favorite gun to shoot?
Well, I only shot a couple of pistols. I shot a Beretta. M9.
Do you feel like your video game training had prepped you appropriately to fire a gun?
Not really. I mean, I've shot before. It's, I don't know. The strangest thing that you have to get used to that I knew from my last time shooting is when you fire a gun, you don't close one eye. It's not like rifle shooting. You have to keep both eyes open. So that takes a little bit getting used to.
But you shoot it with one hand, right? And you tip it to the side.
To the side, yeah.
Yeah.
To the side. And what you do is I flipped it up in the air and I caught it.
Oh, yeah.
I did one of these.
Yeah.
And yeah. It was good. I actually used a little speed loader, loaded all the bullets up, I actually, when I went shooting with my dad when I was younger, I didn't really know how. Like, I was nervous to handle a gun, like to load a clip and then pop the clip into the magazine into the firearm. But Kate's dad taught me, and it was cool. Felt cool loading up my own stuff, and Kate's brother's a Marine, so he's like a fantastic shot. And I did all right. I did pretty well, I guess. But it's fun. I wish the laws weren't so strict in New York, so I can go to the range more often. I got to figure out how to do that, because that's definitely a cathartic experience. It's just fun. And there were people in there like blasting rifles, just like the biggest boom you could ever fucking. I was scared. I was nervous about it. I pooped a little. After St. Louis, Kate stayed there, and then spent Christmas Eve at my aunt's. We had an ugly sweater party. I had an ugly sweater with a reindeer on it, Rudolph to be exact. If anyone was wondering,
I was.
Yeah, Rudolph was on it. And then Christmas, New Year's was pretty quiet. Spent it with my parents. Just didn't feel like going to one of those parties this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting to that point where it's we did like a little small dinner party for New Year's Eve, and it's like I just don't want to have to fucking deal with the chaos of going out on that day.
It's just too much, man. Like spending like a couple $100 to go somewhere and then like not even enjoying yourself because
I'm basically just sitting in the bar and you're like, I don't know any of these people. All these people are just way too drunk to even try and hold a conversation.
It was nice. I mean, we cut up some prosciutto and some super sat and some cheese and got some cocktail shrimps and just relaxed and watched fucking Dick Clark's Ryan Seacrest festival shit show.
Are you talking about New Year's?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, New Year's.
Got a lot to say about New Year's.
Yeah, I sat in my bed and worked on an infographic for work. And I watched the ball drop down in my web browser and cried and went to sleep.
Why? See, that's the thing, is that New Year's has become like this. What's that sound?
Some sort of electric car.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
I guess there's expectations for New Year's that are just never met. I remember being younger and being upset when I was like in between ages, like I couldn't quite drink yet, and I wasn't young enough that I accepted just hanging out with my family. I was always like, I want to go out, I want to do something. Now I'm just like opting to just fucking not do anything.
I feel like Halloween and New Year's often end up in that same boat where people are like, oh my God, it has to be the craziest party.
Right.
You have to drink as much as you can.
Yeah.
And then I've just gotten to a point where I'm like, no, I don't. That's all right.
Yeah, like you choose what you want, what
I
you
wouldn't
feel
have
like
minded doing anything. I'm just, miserable as fuck, and it's just that's pretty much like
that's
my
Greg.
life,
How much of that wine bottle's gone?
Just half of it, but that has nothing to do with this. Sometimes one thing I think this podcast is missing is some honesty. I think it's missing honesty.
Greg has
You're
a lot
gonna
of
drop
opinions.
the honesty wrecking
Greg
ball.
has-
I'm bringing it in right now.
Greg has a lot of
day.
opinions about the podcast that he stays on.
I've had some time to
You
simmer.
stayed on your phone the whole
I had some
time.
time to simmer. I have been very, very
Attentive.
I've
Right.
been involved in every conversation
Okay.
so far.
So put your phone right here.
I need to finish this goddamn
Oh,
goodbye
right,
letter.
right, yeah.
Okay? Once I'm
This
done
is a
with
goodbye letter?
this fucking goodbye text message, whatever the fuck it is.
Does it start with like, Dear Molly Shinglehopper?
I should do, dear.
My dearest. It's a Civil War letter. My dearest.
My sweet darling, yada yada.
It's with regret that I meet you.
Winter will soon be upon us, and I will be alone.
Okay.
All right, I think I'm about to send this. Let me just proofread it.
Holidays were good. 2014's got a lot in store, especially for video games.
Video game. Segment.
I mean, we're a week into 2014, and we did our games of the generation, but I figure we can go through quickly our games of the year from last year without sitting too much on it, because by now every podcast and website has done their top 10 through individuals. So, Josh, I don't know if you have yours.
Yeah, I got him.
You're prepared? You can go first, okay?
Oh.
And we'll be very judgmental. Do you have it?
I just sent
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I just sent it.
Yeah.
I just sent it.
You sent it? And now yeah, right. That's going to be there. I'll give that a minute.
Oh God, I just sent it.
Dude, if that goes off, Greg, and she responds,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to pick it up.
I have to look
No,
at it.
You can't pick it up till after the podcast.
John.
If you look,
You
no,
can't.
if you look at it, you have to read it out loud. You have to read it out loud. That's the
No, I
only
can't
way.
do that. That's fucked up.
No, I'll look at it. Let me look at it.
Oh no, this is fucked up.
Gregg, you're the wrench in the fucking system today. You got to let me look at it.
All right, I'll let you look at it.
What the fuck? Dude, Gregg is on drugs.
I'm just trying to make this good. Okay,
You're doing such a good job.
I know.
Hey, if you're keeping it real in 2014, fewer things are keeping it more real than reading your breakup text on an air.
That's true.
See, I saw the true colors of this before our podcast. We were doing mic checks. Gregg was like, "This is the Gregg Show. Mic check, Gregg Show. This is Gregg. All about Gregg. This is the Gregg Show."
That was all humor, though. That was a joke. I'm not doing anything differently. If anything, I'm just being. You always yell at me when I'm not involved. I remember when I have my really bad depressed days and I want to get involved after the show. John be like, it would be better if you were more involved. But here I am, John. Here I am. I'm fucking taking. I'm doing my thing. I'm fucking involved, and now you're mad again.
Yeah, but
I'm too involved.
No, Gregg.
Here it is. The fucking
Gregg, shut up,
hypocrisy of John.
Shut up. Gregg,
it's either too much or too little. There's no in between.
No.
How do I know?
You're not.
How do I know, John? How do I know when it's the right amount?
You're not any less depressed. You're just more aggressive. That's what it is.
What's wrong with that, though? Well, I don't see a problem here. I don't see an issue.
Oh, this should be entertaining. Josh, video games 2013. What were your favorites?
Okay, but if this phone rings, I want to hear some sad text message.
I have my eye on it. And
we'll see. We'll see. Okay? We'll see.
Okay. So, number 10. Game of the year.
Gregg, you can be judgmental with Josh.
Okay.
Get your disapproving looks on. That's what I want. Just as disapproving as you can be.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 10, Resogun.
Oh,
wow.
I didn't even play that, but that's terrible.
That almost made it into my top 10.
I wanted to have something from the next gen on here, and I thought that was the best game of the next gen.
Wow.
Number 9, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Jesus. Of course. You are
number 8.
You are so just like everyone else, Josh.
I am.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
I actually copied this list from someone else, so yeah. Number 8, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Very good game.
Number 7 is Year Walk.
Year Walk, nice. Got an iOS game in there.
What that is?
It's an iPhone game.
What the fuck that is?
You uncultured swine. Number 6 is Ni no Kuni.
Oh wow.
Number 5 is Guacamelee.
Nice. That almost made it into mine too.
Guacamole? What's that? Some kind of Mexican topping?
What is this? Number 4 is Rayman Legends.
Nice.
That game was not good enough to be number 4.
It's number 3 on my list.
Number 3 is BioShock Infinite. Number 2 is Gone Home.
Nice.
Gregg's favorite.
Oh my god. Number 2? You're so full of shit.
And number 1 is The Last of Us.
Gregg, Josh, why are you lying about your own list? Gregg says you're full of shit.
You know what? I just think he picked those because he thinks other people will be like, oh, Gone Home number 2. This guy is deep. And
that's what I did. I sat there and I was like, oh my god, I want to make a list that everyone loves. What could I possibly do?
Ni no Kuni.
Ni no Kuni. Number 6. That's guaranteed to make everyone happy. Year Walk number 7. Everyone loves Year Walk. I just
traded Ni no Kuni to a guy I work with for a Mexican rice bowl at Mexico for lunch.
I think that's the only game Gregg played on that list too.
I played a Gone Home.
You
did. Oh yeah,
and The Last of Us.
He did play Gone Home. I remember.
Yeah, and Last of Us and BioShock, John.
All
right.
Stop
trying to put me down.
So
Always trying to put the man down, John.
The man down.
Always trying to put the man down.
The
John.
man. You're referring to yourself as the man.
I'm every man. You know, that's me.
Just like Whitney Houston was every woman, every man.
No text yet, Gregg?
No text yet. She's probably upset. And you know what? Oh, I do have a text. It's blinking blue.
What do you want to do?
Oh, man. Let me unlock it and I'll give it to you and you can read it.
You can read it, Gregg. Just be honest. I don't want to get in your dirty laundry. Oh. Read it. Read it.
No, this is wrong. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be reading it.
All right, you don't have to read it if you don't want to. I'm not going to put you on the spot like that.
I mean, I feel bad because here's my thing.
Use synonyms.
My thing is just that I really am super busy, and it's like, and I like the girl, but I'm just not into the relationship enough to sacrifice my other things, like like work and music and all that shit. And oh God, oh my God,
how long?
Really?
Wait, first of all,
really, what she just said. Oh my God.
how long is it? How long is it, Greg?
No, it's not long. It's what she just said. Here, just look at it. Just look at it.
Is it? Did she make it harder or did she make it easier?
No. She just. Oh my God.
She's going for guilt.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me with that. I can't read that because you know what?
Do you need to respond to this text message or can you just let it go from here?
Greg has to respond to this.
But I feel like I need to be a little bit of a dick. Like, that's bullshit.
It's guilt, and no, I would like to not talk to this girl more now. Like, I would like to talk to her less after.
Yeah, me too. Now I'm completely like, okay, good move by me.
Oh, okay, so she made it easier. She
yeah, you know what? She did.
But she did a conscious check on Greg, and unfortunately, that's the wrong play to make him like her more. But Greg's conscience is in check right now. He has to.
No, I know I'm right. I know that I didn't do anything wrong. Like, literally, she pretty much... I mean, I didn't say her name. I can say whatever the fuck I want on the podcast. I mean, honestly, I met the girl, and we came back to my place, and, you know...
Whatever.
Yeah.
And but she was, like, all about... I wasn't even all about that. Like, she was all about that. Like, literally, I turned around, and it was like... There she was, ready to, you know...
Right.
And she just threw that in my face.
That's Greg's life, guys. Just women just come over. They're just fucking...
Just big pimping.
That's all.
No, she just, you know, she kind of threw that in my face. Like I wouldn't have done that if I thought we were going to go on a second.
Wow.
Well, then you just shouldn't have done that with that. You should have no expectations.
You got to be kidding me with that. I'm not even going to answer her back for a little bit.
Let's finish the podcast.
I kind of want to let that simmer a little bit.
All right, I'm going to go through my top 10, and then, Greg, you can do yours.
All right, I'll just do it off my dome. Because I didn't write shit.
You know what's really funny? You just remind me of. What the fuck is that? I watched that movie with James Franco, Spring Breakers.
Oh.
That reminds me of Greg right there.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen Spring Breakers, it's an awful, awful, beautiful movie. So my quick top 10, and I'm going to do my honorable mentions as well. Number 10 is Gone Home. Number 9 is Papers, Please. Number 8 is Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Number 7 is Stanley Parable. Number 6 is Grand Theft Auto 5.
Number 6?
Yep. Number 5 is Rogue Legacy. Number 4 is Dead Rising 3. Number 3 is Rayman Legends. Number 2 is The Last of Us. And number 1 is BioShock Infinite. And I'll tell you my honorable mentions now. You guys have no reaction?
I feel like I got in trouble for reacting to Josh's, so I'm not going to react with you.
Oh, so now you're holding back? Thanks a lot, asshole.
Yeah. Well,
dude, I can't believe
Greg's contract is up if he makes fun of me on the podcast.
Oh,
so.
okay.
What happened, Greg?
The only thing that we agree upon is that Brothers is number 8.
Girl's a goddamn psychopath. She's a fucking psychopath.
Man. She's trying to be like a victim right now. It's not.
Oh my god.
Not good. She's questioning him. She's like, "You were."
Did you get another text message? Did you get a follow up before your response?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking a 1-minute break. Okay, don't talk to me. Don't try to like be mad at me. I'm taking a goddamn break. I earned it. I'm taking a break.
Stop yelling. Greg knows I've been like calling him out because he's not paying attention past few podcasts. So when I try to call him out. He's sitting back right now. I should address him. So anyway, my honorable mentions were Dead Space 3, Guacamelee, Metro Last Light. Here, Rise. I don't know why. I have some kind of affinity for Rise. I don't know. Also, Resogun, Killzone, Beyond Two Souls, and if we want
Dead Rising 3 got really high on your list.
Yeah, I really fucking enjoyed that game. I had a really good time with it. It's probably my favorite game of the launch. I probably said that before, but I really enjoyed it. And
it's good, and it's definitely good. That's the one that's just the game that jumped out to me on your list. And BioShock's not surprising, and we both have The Last of Us really high.
Yeah. I figured people would be surprised with the amount of kind of indie/Steam games I had on here, because like I've played hundreds of games this year, and maybe 10% were on PC. And
I'm glad you liked Paper Please and Stanley Parable more than me, because I appreciate what those games do, but I am not into them.
Yeah, the Stanley Parable was fucking wow. I love that game.
Like,
Actually, Greg, well, sorry to address you. I know you're busy, but Greg
I said, do not address me while I'm on my break.
All right.
Just let it go. Hang on to what you have to say and wait 2 minutes, and I'll be ready to go.
All right, we'll talk.
I feel like your minute's up.
We'll talk about Stanley Parable in a little while.
Okay. Yeah, I did Papers, Please for a little bit, and I just couldn't get into it. I get what that is great about that game, but it's not something that appeals to me, which is weird. I thought it would. I thought I'd like it a lot. It's never got
I
to
also
me.
have a side note that my favorite DLC of the year, you might expect me to say BioShock, but it's definitely Blood Dragon.
Yeah, definitely Blood Dragon. It's actually really funny. Blood Dragon grew on me. There's a few games that like I get down on games probably initially, and then they grow on me as I like think about them more and more. Blood Dragon definitely did that.
That's how it works with our games of the generation too. It's like it's hard to think of them, but you think of what resonates with you more.
Yeah.
And once you have time to miss something or to like crave something, then you obviously realize,
Well, like I look at my list and like I think the like Rayman Legends, well, Resogun's the latest game that's on there, but like Rayman Legends and Grand Theft Auto are games like I just need a little while just to like kind of reflect on how much I really like something before I know.
Right.
And like let's be honest, after the launch, it was a pretty weak lineup that got out there. However, honorable mention should definitely be A Link Between Worlds. Link Between Worlds is great.
Yeah, I think the amount of people that love that game kind of ruined it for me. Like I'm really enjoying what I've played. I'm probably about halfway through that game, and I don't know. It doesn't have the same effect on me, that the charming effect, and also Mario 3D World. Like both of those games are great, but I don't find myself like crawling to play them. Like
I can only binge Zelda games. Like I can't pick it up and put it down, which actually like works worse for that game because it's a 3DS game. But I find that like either I play it and suddenly 6 hours of my day is just completely gone, or I like pick it up for 5 minutes and I just go, oh, I don't want to play this, and just set it down. I can't like get like little hours in here and there. It just doesn't work for me.
How'd it go, Greg?
It's done. It's over with. I mean, I was even nice again. I just retaliated with a nice. I can't say. I just retorted with a very nice. I was being nice about it. She came off a little crazy right there, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit. But also,
Sounds
like
like it.
she, as a chick, she's probably totally vulnerable at that point.
Yeah, but I was really nice about it, and that's it.
Like, do you really?
Just because you slept with me doesn't mean I owe you something. It was your decision. We're adults now. We're fucking grown-ups.
The best breakup that I ever had was I sent a text message to the girl saying we need to talk, and I never got a response text. And I just left it at that, and I was like,
Wow.
okay.
Wow,
That's beautiful.
That's so great.
It was amazing.
You're an
It was
artist.
like, I mean, it's awful. Like that's a terribly childish way for both of us to handle it. But
What Josh isn't telling us is that he changed his phone number after he sent that text.
sent the text message and then just broke the phone.
Yeah, like in Breaking Bad, they snapped the phone in half.
Yep.
That's what Josh did.
It was, and let me tell you, easiest breakup ever. It was fantastic.
So, Greg, you don't have to give us your top 10, but give us like a handful of your favorite games this year. And I think we can agree that Kentucky Route can count.
Okay, Kentucky Route Zero was one of my favorite experiences this year. I also really enjoyed, since you brought it up before, Stanley Parable. Geez, that was a lot of fun. BioShock Infinite, that's on the list as well. I had a really good time playing that one. What else came out this year that I liked? Oh, Last of Us. I mean, who doesn't like that game? It's great. Lots of fun. What else did I play that I really enjoyed?
You sound like you're wrapping up a Grammy speech. I want to thank
you.
Just
This year, thank you to The Last of Us. Thank you, BioShock. Thank you, Rayman.
All right, they're playing the music. I'm sorry. Thank you to.
I'm just having a hard time thinking of games this year that I really enjoyed playing. That's it. I mean, all the games are good.
Not Gone Home, right?
That's not on my top 10.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding.
That's
Gone
fine.
Home on the most recent Steam sale, or I think something like it was like $8.
Game's fine.
It'd be worth it then, right?
be worth it for about 4.
Really? When it was 20.
Yeah, I brought it down over time. It just, the more I think about it,
Anyway, I think it was a great year for video games, guys.
It was all right. Waiting for the next big thing still.
Yeah? What's that?
The next chapter of the next act of
Kentucky Route.
Kentucky Route Zero.
Okay. Oculus support.
Okay. Kentucky Route Zero Oculus support.
That'd be kind of neat, actually, if
That'd
they
be
had some
fucking
kind of
terrible.
like, if they had the display and it
I
kind
guess
of
so
like
you could
that.
look around it like a 3D, like
Yeah. And you could
like
like
180 degrees.
and instead of clicking, you can touch.
I like that idea.
Not bad, right?
I like that idea a lot.
All right, just trying to make it accessible.
Or maybe they make it so that you are a scale with everything, and you're like looking around, the places.
That'd be different. I don't think you'd like it as much.
I think I would.
All right, well, you do what you want.
I think I would like it.
Wine's getting a little low, Greg.
Mine's getting a little low.
So what have you been playing recently, Josh? You told me that you were playing some old shit because there's nothing out. We're in that drought right now, that New Year's drought.
Yeah.
Where nothing's coming out. I mean, I've been playing.
Well, we dug a little bit better. We dug a little bit, and we found a few games that I've been playing. Do you want to talk about Tearaway?
Well, what old games have you been playing first? Let's
okay, you want to start with the old games?
Yeah.
Well, I played a ton of Jade Empire for
That's an
really
Xbox-
weird reasons.
That's an Xbox original.
No, I think. Oh, you're right. No, you're definitely right. That is an Xbox original. But it's a great game. Oh, it's so good. It's I don't know, because it kind of shows how BioWare is going to get into that like action RPG phase, coming off of like Knights of the Old Republic is a pretty by the numbers RPG game.
Well, half the viewers are gone, guys. We lost them with fucking Jade Empire.
Jade Empire is great.
Christ.
You got no. Stick around and listen to me talk about Jade
Greg,
Empire.
as soon as
Don't
you
be
said-
scared away by Gregg's shenanigans.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking
Watch.
bored.
Okay, ready? Greg, you do what Josh would explain Jade Empire to me, Greg. And I'll be you. I'll be you.
So I played a game. It was a really fun game, and it's called Jade Empire. And you play it, and it's a fun game, and it's called Jade Empire, and it was for Xbox Original, and they ported it over, and it was fun to play.
Am I a geriatric old man in this?
I don't know. Didn't you miss us, Josh?
Back in my day, we had to play Jade Empire.
What else besides Jade Empire? We're in the lightning round. We have a couple of things to talk about, and we're already getting close to probably an hour here.
I played Tearaway. Tearaway's great.
Tearaway is a really fun game. Fucking soundboard. Greg, Tearaway. I played. You know what you reminded me of? Remember in Funniest Home Videos, the Jackalope?
Fucking Jackalope.
Remember the
That thing
Jackalope?
would give me nightmares, man.
Yeah, me too, dude.
That was the scariest little guy.
Because it was Josh. You remember what we're talking about?
No,
On
Oh,
America's
can we
Fun-
make the cover for this the Jackalope, like in the little?
Yes.
Oh, God.
On America's Funniest Home Videos, they had this little character where they do these shorts where a little jackalope. It's like a half rabbit with antlers. And it was like a taxidermed one, and they used to like send it skiing and
It
shit.
was so scary. It was so
and its
terrifying.
voice, it was like a chipmunk voice, dude. That shit scared me.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what you remind me of when you do your little laugh.
I think it was what's his face did the voice for it.
I think they pitched it way up.
Danny Tanner.
Yeah, Dan Tanner. Brian Dan Tanner.
Hey, what's his real name again?
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget. Oh man. Oh, I have 5 messages.
Oh shit. I totally forgot what we were just talking about.
Tearaway.
Tearaway. Okay, so I'm probably in 2 hours into Tearaway, and man, finally something actually used the Vita, like worth a damn. Worth its technology. Like,
And it's actually like, and I played probably about 6 hours of it. I've got a little bit deeper, and I will say that after 6 hours, I've kind of lost my gusto for it.
She knitted
I
me a scarf.
oh no.
She knitted you a scarf?
She knitted me a scarf. She just
Shut
told
the
me.
fuck up. That's crazy.
Tell her to wipe her tears with it and get over
Stop
it.
it. Stop it. Bad.
See, now Greg's got guilt. She put the sex guilt on him, the scarf guilt, the 3 S's. What's the third
She
S?
knitted you a scarf? How long has she had to knit that scarf?
Oh. Fuck.
Oh, Greg, see?
I feel
See?
bad, but
What she's doing right now is she's kneading the guilt with a K. She's Knead, kneading the guilt into Greg's.
I feel sad, but I need to be true.
That sounds like a hastily made scarf. I wouldn't put too much stock
I'm
into it.
sad, but I need to be true.
What if you got a scarf and it was like made out of perler beads? Or like
Man.
I made you a scarf and it was something terrible. I don't know. Okay, so Tearaway. So what do you think of the mechanics and stuff, Josh?
It's cool. Like I like a lot of the stuff that they have you do. It's a lot of people are praising it for all the ways that it makes you use the Vita. some of it's like almost too on the nose, like when it's like, hey, make the paper crown for the squirrel. And it's like, that stuff's great. But I very much enjoy kind of the unexpected ways that they make you use the Vita. Like, I don't know if you got to that monster yet where he wants to learn how to like make a scary noise and you have to make the scary noise and then it like records your voice and plays it back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
yeah,
I was like, that's awesome. That's a really cool way of using the Vita in like a natural way that's super unexpected.
It's definitely surprising me in certain ways. Like, I thought it was mostly just a lot of that rear touch, a lot of, touchscreen integration, maybe using the gyroscope and stuff. But once I started like creating my own assets for, like you said, for the hat for the squirrel, or like you can generate your own assets for your character and put it on. So for those of you who don't know the game, it's basically like this adventure platformer made completely out of papercraft animations and stuff. And the animation is so good, and it's a very charming game. And what they do constantly is they break the fourth wall and they keep you involved. Like the camera is always on your face, and you play something called what do they call it?
Like you are the person in the sun, or you're kind of like a god of that world.
They're called U's. Like, the U's, right? Isn't that what they're called?
That sounds right.
Yeah. So yeah, like you're pretty much a god controlling this world. They just do a fun job of keeping you a part of the story. Like if these kind of tales were read to me as a kid and I was involved in them, it seems really beneficial for storytelling.
Absolutely. And it's a very good way of bringing its aesthetic to a large audience. Like, it's not niche. It doesn't even feel like it's too child. Like, it feels like there's a lot of people who could play this game and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I tried giving it when I was home. I tried giving it to my sister, but she wanted nothing to do with it. She was too busy playing Zelda.
Yeah. And that's a whole another. I mean, I was playing Zelda over the break too. And yeah, that game's real good. I know you probably have more of an affinity for it. We talked about it earlier, obviously, but I wish I was more inclined to pick that up. I find myself wanting to pick up Tearaway more than I want to pick up Zelda.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's odd.
I think they're comparable in that sense. Like, they're both very, very strong games for handheld platforms. Super late entries into this year, kind of overshadowed initially by console launches. And then as the holidays went on, more and more people started giving them credit.
Well, I'm taking a trip this weekend, so hopefully I can get 10 hours of game time and travel time.
John, where are you going?
I'm going to Las Vegas for 3 days.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so don't think about talking about it on the podcast next time.
I won't, unless I win a lot of money.
No, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
All right.
I bet we hear about it. I bet we hear some stories.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Almost everything I've ever done in Vegas has been...
What happened to Vegas?
How's it going over there? Did she send you a picture of the scarf?
She sent me... No, stop talking about it. Stop talking about it.
All right,
God damn it.
Aside from handheld games, Greg, you and I both played Peggle 2.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you liking the Peggle?
I fucking raped Peggle. I mean, I could say that.
You can say, yeah, why not?
I could say anything I want. I raped the shit out of Peggle.
And
I stripped that shit down, and against its will, I pinned it to the wall, and I raped the fuck out of Peggle. And there's nothing left to that game. A couple of ridiculous achievements that no one's gonna get. I destroyed it, and I got about 100,000 video clips on my Xbox One to prove it, because it records everything nonstop, out of control.
I can't believe. I mean, it's a great example of how to terribly overutilize the game clip recording feature on the Xbox One. Everything you do, I guess what it does is the game clip record is set on a trigger for like a giant point score. So when you get a really big point score, it will record your clip. And during a lot of the challenges, you have like no choice but to get a giant point score. And
so you're just hearing that boop bloop like constantly.
Well, not only that, like if you check, like Greg had it and so did I. So on my feed, it was just like, your friend uploaded a clip from Peggle. Your friend uploaded a clip from Peggle. Your friend uploaded. And it's just like, wow, dial it back a little bit, Peggle 2.
That happened with Power Star Golf. Power Star Golf has that shit everywhere. Like anytime that you would birdie a hole or something like that or make a long shot, that stuff gets so annoying.
But we did record a pretty amazing game clip, me and John.
Oh man, that was great.
We recorded. We actually utilized the Xbox Record utility to record something truly incredible.
Yeah. Since the Battlefield servers weren't working so well, we got into a game where there was really nobody in the server.
There was like 6 or 7 folks, and they were just driving machines around, having fun.
Yeah.
Let me take you to a time. Let me take you to a place. Well, we were in the Dam, Battlefield 4. It's called Dam. If anyone's played it, they are familiar with it.
The Lankang Dam.
John spawned inside of a fighter jet, and I was actually in the middle of the lake there, the riverbed there. I was in the middle there. I was just swimming, and I said to John, John, why don't you flip that thing around and come down here, and I'll jump into it. And John was like, well, the only way we can actually make that happen is if I jump out of it. So I'm actually going to have to line it up with you, fly down, eject myself from it, and it's going to land on you. You're going to have to jump in it and fly it away.
And we're above the water right now, so it's like, all right, I have to really...
John's trying to line it up. I'm trying to help him line it up. I'm in there. I'm like, all right, a little to the left, a little to the right. I'm in the middle of the water here. It's a nice day out. It's nice. It's calm. The water.
I was calculating trajectory.
Yeah, the waters were calm. There wasn't much wind. And John swoops in on our first try, swoops in right before it gets to me, ejects, I jump into the jet, and I fly it away out of the dam.
And I waved to him from the water going, there's my boy.
It was really incredible. We have 2 perspectives on it. Friend us up and check it out.
Did you just yell Xbox record that and they did it?
We both did. We both yelled at the same time. It was really cute.
Simultaneously, yeah it was.
Aww.
Yeah.
Because we knew we did it. Actually, we laughed a lot first.
I wish I would have recorded the party chat because it was rambunctious to say the least.
But Peggle 2 is a really great game. It's only $12. I totally recommend it. I've never played Peggle 1. Greg played Peggle 1.
Loved Peggle 1. I raped the shit out of Peggle 1. I just took it and I hit it and I dropped it to the floor and it was like, no! And I was like, oh yeah. And I just raped it right there. And the good thing about Peggle 1 is...
Greg, I'm starting to think that maybe that girl who slept with you maybe did not do so willingly. What's that?
That's
her problem.
Do not record accusations like that.
She slept with me. It's her problem. And now you're like, rape.
No, it's not related.
Now Greg's talking in a normal voice.
Let's get Peggle...
decriminalize himself.
Get Peggle 1 and Peggle 2 in a support group.
What do you mean?
No, I know what he means because I raped them. Yeah,
raping.
And you're right. They probably do need that because I think I actually completely 100% of the first Peggle. That was a game that was played whenever we were on drugs. Pretty much, it was one of the best games to play when you're stoned. Is Peggle 1. And Peggle 1 is better than Peggle 2. I'm going to go right out and say that. And if you have a problem with that, you could send your mail to I don't give a shit at gmail.com because I don't give a shit what you think. But Peggle 1 is better. You have more character choices, more special abilities, and it was harder. It was harder, and the soundtrack's better. So.
All right.
That's all that needs to be said on Peggle.
I really enjoyed Peggle. It's a good interim between games game. You want to take a break from killing? You want to hit some pegs with some balls?
You're still killing it in that game. Let me tell you right now.
So what?
You're still killing in that game. You're killing pegs.
Yeah. Oh, well, what are we but just pegs?
All right, John.
I also played Halo Spartan Assault.
How's that? Yeah? Does that sum it up? Did Greg sum it up?
No, but I'll meet him halfway. It's okay. You can tell it was definitely designed to be a mobile game. The biggest disappointment is that there are microtransactions after you spend, $15 for a game. So you go out on these missions. I think there's maybe a total of 5 missions per campaign or letter. I think it's A through E, 5 missions per. And it's all about scoring. Obviously, you're trying to get a high score. It's, just like any kind of mobile game kind of is now. Mm-hmm. And you select your loadout when the game starts. You get a primary, a secondary, an ability, and a booster. And your boosters can be used. You get your typical in-game currency, and then you get your money, real-life money currency. And the game becomes such a grind if you really want to get all the achievements and I don't know. It just doesn't seem worth it. So then you could just spend money to unlock better weapons and stuff. It just doesn't seem like an honest attempt at giving people a good game. But I haven't tried the co-op, and I really want to try the co-op. So I tried to get Greg to play it the other
What
day.
did you do? How did you do that again? Oh, we were playing Peggle multiplayer, and I kept beating you.
Yeah.
And what was on the line was me buying that game.
Yeah. But he wouldn't have bought it anyway.
Yeah, but I did keep beating you.
Whatever, bro.
I beat him many times at Peggle.
Yeah, because
Line drawn in the sand.
Because Greg always picks the gnome guy, and he's
So
got
what?
the best power.
But John's like, oh, I'm going to try to pick random because I'm so good. I pick random, and you lose.
That's goddamn right.
You
pick random.
lose,
I lose
though.
with pride.
No, you don't. You lose like an idiot. You picked random. You should have just picked Norman.
I'm losing like the girl who knit you a scarf.
She didn't lose. We're still friends.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We're still.
You're still friends? I don't think so. I don't think that's true.
Ask her
I think,
that.
like,
See,
why did
but
I-
do you see what we've just seen? Like the whole thing just transpire where Greg was being aggressive. Like I have to talk to this girl, and she threw the guilt on him, and now Greg is starting to like recede back into guilt town, being like, I don't know, man. Like,
Guilt Town, population Greg.
we're still exactly. I don't know. We're still friends. Like she's still gonna give me the scarf.
Greg, if you're thinking of moving to Guilt Town, we have this wonderful house over here. It's $126,000.
Who,
can
is
take
it
up
yours?
precedence.
Are you trying to sell it to me?
Yeah, I'm trying to sell. I got to get the hell out of
Trying
here,
to move
man.
out of Guilt Town?
I'm trying to get the fuck out. It's a crumbling infrastructure.
And I fucked up, man. I'm playing an MMO. I'm playing an MMO right now. That's a multiplayer, massive multiplayer.
Come on. You're
online
only going to
game.
be playing it for like another week.
Yeah, I'll probably play it for probably like a month or so. A couple
I
months.
don't know, man.
How much did you buy it for? Did you get it on the cheap, or
Well,
did
no,
you pay
I bought the full version, but it's not. There's no monthly fee for it.
What? No, I know, but what's the full version of Guild Wars 2 going for these days?
Well, the full version is like $30 or $40, but then like if you get the standard, well, the whatever, some name for it, better version, you get a couple of items and shit. So my friend and I both got the $50 version.
You got the couple items and shit version?
Yeah, the couple items and shit version.
Okay.
Digital from their site, and man, I'm having a really good time. I'm enjoying
Better
Guild
or
Wars
worse
2.
than WoW? Sum it up to WoW.
WoW has been around for so many years. Guild Wars 2 has only been around for a year and a half. You can tell it's definitely not as well maintained as a subscription game.
Okay.
But I mean, they still have they just had their Christmas event, their seasonal event or whatever, and there's a pretty heavy population in the game. One thing I really like about it a lot is the classes in that game, and the way that they handle missions, like quests, is different than WoW, like very different. And their class system, they have some strange classes that you don't typically see in RPGs, which like they have something called a mesmer, and they have an engineer, which I think that's in like Torchlight and stuff. But
Can you shoot guns? Do you get guns?
yeah, and engineers get guns. Some other characters get guns. But what's great? What's the matter, Greg? You getting your laundry?
I think I got my laundry, so I can have Rick sit in for me.
Oh, if he wants to. If not, you could. Greg is gonna go get his laundry. You're gonna go?
He's going to get it for me.
Okay. Yeah, we're just hanging out in here. Just hanging out. This is very cash.
That's what's good about it, man. That's what's good about this. It's casual, man. We're not getting held back by anything today. We're just having a good time.
Yeah, totally cash. So they have different classes in it. Like, are you grunting me?
Yeah, a little bit, man.
Picking up a lot of background noise.
Well, you know what? Good.
Oh man,
Good.
we might have to move this back into Johnny's house. And the way that they handle the quest system is very organic. That I really like. You're not just like taking on a quest and then completing it, going somewhere, picking something up. Like there's a lot of different ways you can accomplish quests.
Okay.
There's class specific storylines.
Is it so? The thing that always turns me off about World of Warcraft is that the storylines in that game are very, because you're talking about specifics, they always feel very generic. Like it's like, oh, my sheep have all gotten out of the pen. Go collect my 10 sheep and come back. Or like, when I was playing with a friend, he was telling me all of the lore behind everything we were doing, but it felt like all that stuff was super, super involved. I just don't have interest in getting that deep into it. Do you think Guild Wars is more or less accessible?
Okay, so the main thing that you're going to be doing a lot in Guild Wars is like there's these people that once you enter their area, you either find them or it'll pop up automatically. Like help, so and so in this area. You can do it by either, fixing their traps, killing these things, doing like there's 5 or 6 different options that you can do, and you can do them all, and they'll all fill up this meter. And once you fill the meter, you've completed the tasks for that area. Okay. And then once you completed that, you can use karma, which you get while completing these events, to the person becomes a merchant, and they can sell you stuff. I don't know. It's a very refreshing formula, and the classes keep me coming back. And your weapons decide what your abilities are going to be. So, like, if you're an engineer per se, and it's not just like you're an engineer and you go down your skill tree and just unlock things. Like, if I'm an engineer, I could use a rifle and I have a whole bunch of skills, or I can use 2 pistols and all my skills change. Or if I use a pistol and a shield, half my skills will change because I'm using something else in my arm, on my other arm, So it's very dynamic in how you can instantly change your play style up, keeping it interesting. Yeah. I'm only like level 24 with my highest character, or 26 or something like that. But it seems like something that it's easy to come back and forth with it because I'm not paying anything after the fact.
The developer is NCSoft, right? What's their name?
I'm not sure.
I feel like it's NCSoft. They're also making WildStar, Nexus WildStar, whatever the hell. It's like a sci-fi MMO. I'm interested to see how that develops.
I signed up for that beta, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully I get an invite. But, yeah. That's what's killing my time. Well, not killing my time, but at least filling up video game time. And I've been playing some more Rise. I don't know.
John, can you make sure you talk directly into the mic?
Why I'm not?
It sounded
look, because the mic's over to the side here.
There you go. Oh, wow, so much better.
Now I probably sound better.
Thank God.
Well, that whole time I was just talking into the...
Yeah.
No one's gonna know how good Guild Wars is!
Well, they probably heard me. I probably just sounded like shit. Sorry about that. All right, well, I'll wrap that up then. Guild Wars, yeah, we're back. It's just weird, because since we haven't done this in a while, Greg has kind of rearranged the area. So it's a little weird the direction I'm facing. Greg is to my left and not to my right anymore. So I guess old habits die hard.
Do you keep looking to your right and he's not there?
I'm trying to like look to my left so I can speak to Greg while he's, to my left. And I guess I just don't know the proper positioning. That's it, man. That's all the games that's been going on recently. So let's talk about some news then.
Yeah, I actually have something I want to talk about.
Okay.
Do you guys think that Coke in the glass bottle is better than normal Coke?
Kate does.
Definitely. Yes, I do.
Do you know why? I don't know why. It is, though. It is better, right? It tastes better.
It is. No. And I think it's more of a presentation thing than actually like the quality of the Coke. I don't get too much into I don't think the glass cultivates the taste any better than plastic, but I don't know. It just feels more refreshing getting it that way.
Yeah. Do you think that they use maybe they use like real sugar or something? Like they use like
I
different type of sugar?
I don't think it changes. Unless
I don't know. I couldn't say. Well, and I whenever I hear that, there's a very distinct difference. I can only get that certain type of Coke in a glass bottle at certain places, and people whenever I talk to a store clerk or something about it, they always treat it like a completely different product, which is interesting.
Whenever you talk to a store clerk about it, or
that's
regularly brought up.
Yeah, if I go in, I'm like, hey, do you have Coke? And they're like, glass bottle or plastic bottle? I'm like, oh, well, just whatever.
Yeah, I don't discriminate. I'm not a super big soda drinker, so I think in the glass bottle is nice because maybe it stays colder. The transference of heat from your hand to the Coke bottle somehow gets hindered. I don't know.
Yeah, I just think it's really good.
I think it's better.
I think they should start making huge 2 liters of glass bottle.
Is it still
like the old school milk jugs, like the old school glass milk jugs of Coke?
Soda man.
Awesome.
The soda
like a delivery man.
The soda man.
Oh my god, the soda man. So Greg, keep this with the ice cream deli and what's the other one? We have a more $1 million idea.
I actually have to tell you guys something about the ice cream deli real quick.
Another thing about that. Well, real quick before we detract too much far from soda, are those soda bottles 12 ounces?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the same as the plastic.
Oh, wow. Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So what I was gonna say was the ice cream sandwich thing. So that original idea was my idea. The original thing was my idea,
And then you told us about that kid.
And
that
then
you
I
talked
don't
to.
know if I told you about this. I told you about my friend's idea for it. He had the same one, and he had a name for it. I'm not gonna re-say the name of it, but apparently he told me not to talk about it because he was like really serious about it.
Yeah.
And he didn't want me to. But I guess, I mean, I don't think he told me not to talk about it. I think that's something that happened afterwards. But apparently he told me not to talk about it, Spencer. I'm sorry for talking about it. But he was mad at me.
Again.
Well, you saw him because I think you mentioned.
I'm not going
that
to say.
he
I
was-
think he was mad that I said the name of it because the name was really good. I think he was afraid someone was going to take the name.
You've said the name.
I said the name, and I'm not going to repeat it.
Well, what is he doing anything to get this off the ground? Or is he just
I
sitting
think he
there
was.
like?
I don't know. I think that it's one of those things that's on the back burner. It's just one of those ideas that he wants to, know that it's his.
I think you're just a target for guilt, Greg, and everybody tries to make you
That's
feel
why I'm
good.
moving to Guilt City. Population me.
You're gonna buy my house.
I'm buying it, and I'll take it.
All right, good. I'll have my people send your people the papers.
You want to get the paper, get the paper. So this week in news was CES, the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. A couple of announcements, I guess, in the gaming world. One kind of big thing, which is it's called PlayStation Now, right?
PlayStation Now.
Now. I want it now. It seems like they're kind of going to try to pave the way to make gaming more of a Netflix-esque subscription experience.
Yeah.
Sony specifically, it's going to solve their backwards compatibility issues where you're going to be able to stream PlayStation games to your television without a console.
Initially, it sounds like it's just going to be PlayStation 3 games.
Right.
It's like off the bat, and then they're going to expand upon that library. Hopefully, they'll get into PS2 and PS1 games.
Well, I'm surprised they're even starting with PlayStation 3 games and not starting with like PS2, PS1, just because.
Yeah, because you think the data would be a lot easier to send back and forth.
Right.
However, someone was saying that they might be just pulling from the library on the PlayStation Store. And I know there are classics on there, so maybe like those will get lumped in pretty quickly. But I think that's the idea, is that they have the PlayStation Store cultivated, and so they're basically going to start moving that library as fast as they can to PlayStation Now.
Well, I don't know how I feel about it. I really like having physical copies of things. I really like having a console. Is the next console going to not be a console? Are you not allowed to have your own personal PlayStation or Xbox 10 years from now because of a subscription service?
I definitely understand your sentiment, but I think that they are going off of a model from a different industry. Obviously, they're literally pulling from Hulu Plus and Netflix.
They're pulling from Sega Channel, of course.
Well, yeah, clearly, harkening back to the days of yore.
Right.
But so those people have spoken, and if that market's any indication, well, some people may feel that way and may want to get physical disc copies. It seems like a lot of people are like, "Hey, I want to pay $20 to $40 a month, whatever the service is going to cost," and it's going to cost a fuck ton more than Netflix because there's so much more data being streamed, right?
I think it's because it's going to be like licensing problems. Game sales are going to go down.
But you could have made the same argument about Netflix, and that's only done good things for TV and for certain
I think
movies.
it's a different wheelhouse, man. I think like a 2-hour movie that's the same thing every time, no matter how many times you watch it, versus like a gaming experience that's maybe could be possibly 15 hours long and then you replay value. Like,
but I wouldn't think of it as TV on Netflix. I think of it more, or as movies on Netflix. I think of it more as TV, where someone can say like, "Oh man, I don't want to commit to having to buy the entire first season of The Office, but if I can just watch the first episode and decide whether or not I like it, that's not a big deal." So I'm playing. We got two sides of a conversation going.
Course.
Someone can say, I don't know whether or not I'm going to like The Last of Us, but I guess being as I have the subscription, I might as well just try it out and see if I like it. And then maybe they do, and they go, "Oh my God, I really, really like this." And, maybe they don't. And they just, they move on to whatever else is on that subscription.
I'm curious as to what kind of contracts are going to have to exchange if something like that happens. Because, shows that are syndicated on Netflix are like shows that are on NBC and gigantic companies. So for people.
And shows that are already like their season is finished in like 3 months past, right? Like
right.
You're not getting up to date stuff on Netflix.
So like when the new low key game comes out, like not a high profile game, like what's going to happen? Who's going, like, are these small studios going to pay to, or vice versa?
Or would Sony pay them?
Would Sony pay them? It's going to be insane. Like I wonder. I'm very curious.
Yeah. I mean, it's totally a whole new idea. They're forging ahead with something that just is basically has never been done before. I mean, aside from, like you said, the Sega channel, but that's just completely different.
It's a total paradigm shift in gaming, and I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with it.
I think the other thing,
if it's what we think it is, and it's not going to be like this smooth transition.
Well, my biggest question is, how is this data getting from their servers to my servers, right? Like streaming a movie is one thing, and maybe it's not. I guess I don't know enough to really say this, but it seems like a completely different thing to stream a game.
But come on, man.
Really.
Like when you're watching Netflix or Amazon Prime or Amazon Instant Video or something, like, and you get fragmentation in your movie, you're like, what the fuck? And that's
exactly.
That's a bandwidth drop, and that's going to become an issue. I mean, we're not there technology-wise for the internet. Just being able to stream like gigs and gigs and gigs worth of games.
Well, exactly. It doesn't seem like it. And games are a completely different animal, because with a movie, you're literally, that's a one-way street. It is just sending you the movie. Whereas with a game, it needs to be sending you a movie, or it needs to be sending you what you're seeing. Then you're sending back information of what you're doing. And I don't know if it is going to basically kind of take a balloon and catalog where you're at. Like say, okay, you started up this part of the game, and then just kind of build out from there. The same way that games download, right?
Right.
Where they figure out where you are and they start downloading from that point. And maybe it's going to do that, but I don't know. That I am not nearly qualified enough to create
I don't know either.
Decent hypothesis, but if they can get it to work, man, that is fascinating. That is just crazy fascinating. And let's face it, it's going to be fucking broken for the first year. There's no way that thing works well for the first year.
I don't even. It's hard for me to wrap my head around it. Actually, even like, it's gonna work like the Sega channel. Like it's gonna be around for a little while and then be like, nah, maybe this was premature.
Well, and the more important thing that is interesting about this initiative is how Sony is rolling this into, like you said, you can download it directly to your TV. You can download it to mobile devices, your Vita, and Sony's kind of trying to create this whole blanket network, where like literally you can play games wherever you are, console quality. There is no difference between iOS, PC, console, what have you. It's interesting to see if they'll be successful or not. It's a very interesting play on their part.
Right. And then like there's no such thing as proprietary anymore. Like it'll just be contractual agreements where it doesn't matter if like this disc works on this hardware. It's going to be like they're licensed through Sony, so you have to do it through the PlayStation now.
Yeah. Well, and that could that's also interesting. And like, oh fuck, I forgot my train of thought. Son of a bitch. Keep talking.
Oh, I was just saying like it's. You made me lose my train of thought.
Compelling podcast right here,
well,
guys.
I'm losing my train of thought because
what the fuck they're talking about.
I'm losing my train of thought.
Everyone just keeps forgetting what they're saying. This is let's just end it right now.
Well,
thanks for listening, guys.
I just want to let you guys know I lost my train of thought because Gregg just walked back into the room after 10 minutes of being out of it.
That's all it takes is me to walk in the room
and put his wine bottle down on the glass desk. And I was like, oh, I heard that in my headphone. And then I totally blanked out. So that was that. Gregg's we're drinking water now, huh?
Gotta stay hydrated.
That was the biggest thing to come out of CES gaming-wise, aside from the fact that they showed us about 13 models of Steam machines that are going to be coming to us in 2014. Ranging from $500, which is supposed to be console competitive, and the higher ones they haven't given prices on, but I'm assuming the Alienware one is going to cost you everything you own.
Yeah, there was one that was like multiple thousands of dollars.
It's going to be hard to price that stuff competitively. I'm surprised they were able to even do it at $500. Based on
how good is that PC, honestly?
Well, people are questioning whether or not there's solid state drives in it, or if it's like just shitty hard drives.
Well, exactly.
Like it's because when you price out pieces individually of these things going out, it doesn't add up. Like something is amiss. They will not be making money. And now it's odd because it's not like where it's Sony or Microsoft where they're losing in their hardware sales, but they're winning in their software sales. Now these companies are not working for Valve; they're working with Valve to make these systems. So it's not like they're not making the software. These people as well.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say. But it's interesting. I told Greg I was thinking about just getting not the first wave per se, but one of the first models, like a $500 model, because I don't do heavy PC gaming.
Yeah.
I just do like once in a while an MMO or a lot of the Steam sale stuff. I'll do. So I want to get my hands on that controller.
And they all just run Linux exclusively, right?
Right. Steam iOS, which is a Steam OS. I can't iOS.
And that's where I run into a bit of a quagmire in determining whether or not I'm interested in these, because one of the things that's great about a PC is how flexible it is. Like, you can justify that PC purchase because of all the things that it can do. Whereas if I'm getting this literally just to run Steam, suddenly anything over $500 seems a little steep.
The Steam OS is actually built so that I believe I was looking at some screenshots. It's a little bit more easy. It's a little easier to navigate than Linux on its own is. So you could still have other applications running, not just Steam. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so it's going to have like my Netflix and my Amazon and my whatever I want, right?
I'm pretty sure you can. These Steam machines are going to be computers, pretty much.
Yeah.
So you should be able to run.
Yeah, it's not just going to run like Steam big picture mode. It's going to run a complete OS where you have a web browser and everything.
Yes. And I don't know. I guess I'm not enough into the PC market to be like, and if I buy one of these machines and I, get Adobe Premiere or something like that, am I going to have any trouble running that?
Yeah. I would probably say yes. You probably would have trouble running.
Yeah. See, that's where I get a little bit nervous into like
multimedia software on there.
Exactly.
I don't have any experience with Linux, and I don't know if those are set up to run on Linux. I don't think they are. When you look at system requirements for those, it's like either Mac OS or Windows.
Right. Like I think we're going to start seeing. I mean, obviously we're going to start seeing games for it, but I think like production software, they're going to have to provide some kind of compatibility. Obviously, where it says like Windows 8, iOS X or whatever. Now it's going to have to either say Linux or Steam OS is going to be part of that, right?
You're buying another multimedia machine. That's what you have to remember. You're buying another console. It's going to do everything that you want it to. It's going to probably run your Netflix. It's going to run your Amazon. It's going to run your, all the apps that are out there. Mm-hmm. It's going to run those. But I don't think you're going to be able to use this thing to hop into Photoshop or to, edit video.
I think that all depends on what Adobe wants to do with that. I think it probably still has the power to do so.
Yeah, I guess anyone can make their software compatible with Linux.
Mm-hmm. Or if there's a Linux compatible alternate that you can use for that.
Right. And I wonder if you could run Boot Camp on it somehow, we'll see. It's right on the pipeline. It's coming down. Like we're going to see it very soon. You can download Steam OS right now. I have no experience with it, so I should shut up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess, okay, two more pieces of news. Number one is Titanfall. They announced that their much anticipated Respawn game Titanfall. You guys ready for it in March?
I'm
ready,
jacked.
baby.
I'm so
ready,
jacked.
bro. I'm ready, bro.
Everybody's ready?
All right, bro.
Well, get this. It's only 6v6 in multiplayer.
I'm out. I'm done. Don't want it.
I'm okay with that.
Why are you okay with it,
Because
Greg?
Battlefield is stupid.
Yeah, okay, that's true. Like playing Battlefield makes you want to play a game that works.
Yeah.
But it's EA on both ends, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So
it scares me a little. But yeah, I don't mind 6v6 either. In the article that I read, it said that it sounds low at first, but they said that's only human players. I know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of AI guys running around.
There's
too.
AI and other Titans and stuff running around, and they said it was a gameplay decision. It wasn't a hardware limitation that was forcing them to do that. They said just mechanically, it just works better with 6. But it makes me think that maybe that sounds like a cop-out to me in one way. Like I'm trying to play devil's advocate in my head. It seems like maybe the map size would be the issue, right?
Yeah.
So, why not scale the maps maybe? Mm-hmm. I think maybe 10 on 10 sounds better.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when you think about it, you think about where they are in the development of that game, which is, due out in 3 months.
Yeah, with a date I'm sure they didn't want to set.
Yeah, and so they are literally at that point now. Like, it's no surprise we're hearing this now, right? I'm sure that they have sat in meetings and pitched it back and forth, and it's gotten to that point where they're like, hey, this is the game. If you want to add more people, good luck.
Well, their first playable demo was 7v7, and they stripped it down to 6v6.
I played 6v6 at PAX, and that seemed plenty fine. I was not having trouble finding people to fight. So,
well,
it seemed chaotic enough. It seemed like ton of fun. I think they'll be fine.
I think EA has people worried though. They're in the doghouse right now for me. Because Battlefield is a great game, and it's awful that we can't all experience it to its fullest. Well,
and I need to take a look at 2014. It's riddled with EA fuck ups.
Yeah, well, South Park. Well, that's Ubisoft.
Or SimCity.
Well,
SimCity was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. Well, no, EA is not doing. That sounded stupid right there. Ubisoft. I was thinking of the Ubisoft delays.
Yeah. EA has their demons. Hopefully, this is not one of them. Hopefully, Titanfall's really good.
Well, they also not EA, but 2K isn't doing baseball anymore.
Yeah.
You see
whatever.
That?
Yeah,
it's just
that
funny.
baseball game's shitty, anyways.
Yeah.
So.
It's funny to see once Titans actually fall. Titanfall. Okay, and the last piece of news is a game announcement from today or yesterday. Yesterday, I believe. They released some video and some gameplay and a dev interview of Alien Isolation. And anybody that's a fan of Alien, I think, would fall in love with what they presented. Greg, you watched it, right?
I did watch it.
What'd you think?
I think it's going to be great.
Josh, what do you think?
I'm still fucking nervous from
Outlast?
From Colonial Marines.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. I mean, people...
I know it's a different developer and everything, but...
This is an Oculus game, isn't it?
No.
Oh, I thought it was an Oculus game.
Nope. Yeah, so Alien Isolation is set in Alien, which is the first one, which was released in 1979. And one thing that made me fall in love with the concept of this game is that they said that everything in the environment, not only do they have to fit within... get you immersed in this world in this game, but they want the world to be really closely tied to the universe of Alien. So what they're doing is like all the assets in the game, they really bored down and thought like everything that's in this game, we have to make sure that in 1979 we would be able to produce it physically. So like all of their assets and stuff are based on how Alien was, first, I don't know, brought to light. All their
how it was produced.
How it was produced, all the idea. Like everything it's not going to be like jumping from the original 3 Star Warses to, going back in time to better technology. It's going to be like, it's going to look like Alien, and their atmosphere is paramount to them.
It looks like, and I mean that from the trailer, it's drenched in shadows and black, and it looks super atmospheric, which is good. I hope that they can deliver on what they're promising.
Oh, after playing Outlast and doing some horror games over the past couple months, like I can't wait to play that game. It looks fantastic. There's they said there was head tracking on it or peeking and stuff. I think they said that. Anyway, okay. all you have is like your little, just like in Outlast, all you have is your little scanner, and that's the only thing that's really generating.
Yeah, there's gonna be Oculus support for that game.
Is there?
Yeah.
Cool. On PC, obviously.
Yeah.
That seems terrifying.
Yeah, that really does seem terrifying.
That's why this is supposed to be like the scariest survival horror.
The announcement for it was, I think, on Xbox One.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, the more Oculus support, the better. Yeah. Whatever. But there's only one alien on the ship, and you play as Ripley's daughter. I always wanted to expand upon the lore in Alien, and it seems like recently, like, what the hell was the movie? Prometheus and any other Alien game that's come out in the past, I don't know, decade has not been very good.
I mean, that series has been filled with mistakes since Aliens, like since James Cameron's sequel.
Right.
They're like, and Aliens 3 isn't very good, and was it Resurrection? isn't very good. Like,
Right.
and aside from those, Ridley Scott and James Cameron movies, like that world has a lot of misgivings.
I'm a big fan of the design of the xenomorphs and stuff. I'm excited to see it in a next. It's so exciting just to see any next gen announcements at this point because we're in such a drought and like not too much compared to what's out there. Like not too much has been announced yet. Like I can't wait to hear all these new titles that are just going to start coming out of the woodwork. So it's exciting to see a couple of them hit the surface. There's that other game Evolve that's apparently on the cover of Game Informer this month, but I haven't read much about it, so I don't want to talk about it. And that's it. I'm excited about Alien. Should be good. Oh, and they showed the new at CES. They showed the new HD version of the Oculus, which actually has tracking on it now. Like you put a camera in front of you, and the front of the Oculus has points on it that it tracks. Which
Getting closer.
Yeah, looks cool, man. We're gonna all live in a virtual world. Greg will be happy.
Thank God.
Yeah. And that's that. We have any emails to answer? We got a couple emails that are like, "Yo, where's your podcast? You lazy fuckers."
There it is.
And our answer is, Greg just threw his phone.
They should have a suicide simulator for the Oculus Rift.
Oh my god.
Suicide simulator. You can jump in front of a train. You can hang yourself. You can shoot yourself in the mouth.
Fun. I bet it sells well.
Yeah, it'll probably do really good.
You're going to tell me if they had that, you wouldn't download it?
Well, they already have the guillotine simulation.
If they had a game called Suicide Simulator, you guys wouldn't download it?
Probably not.
No, I'm not interested.
What the fuck? Really? You wouldn't just see what that is?
I don't know. It depends how realistic it is.
Who cares? It's not going to really happen to you. It's a fucking game. Like, why wouldn't you want to just jump in front of a train, And then maybe some weird shit happens, like
I don't know, the way that certain people react to the Oculus, in terms of like vertigo and feelings of like.
Oh my god!
I don't desire to jump in front of a train, Greg. I'm going to use it to do other things.
Yeah.
I'm going to maybe meet a nice girl.
Maybe you're going to jump in front of a tank.
Maybe
and get run over by a tank.
Maybe
you're jump out of a plane. Maybe you're gonna go fight aliens in a spaceship. Do you feel like going to fight aliens in a spaceship right now, John?
Yeah, why not?
I don't think so.
What's your point?
Like nobody wants to do anything.
Oh my god! All right,
let's just kill ourselves.
Oh my god! All right, Josh. I guess that wraps it up for another episode of the AwayCast. I'm gonna try to get Greg on the phone with someone to help him.
Greg, you have my number. You can call me if you need someone to talk to.
All right, so Greg Andrews, thanks a lot for being here.
Whatever, bro. Fuck you.
Okay. Josh, welcome back to the AwayCast.
We're back.
Yeah.
This feels appropriate. This feels like the right way to start off 2014.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't think so. I think this is it.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone. AwayCast.com.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.